traders, welcome to another video. We are long on those here. I was just planning on well, our TP got hit right here. Boom. And I'm taking profit. However, wow, that was quick. Took profit here. We're in this range, second entry. We're two-legged. So what I want to include more in two measured moves, two-leg measure move. Basically, got low, first entry, then it's all the way down, second entry, then I wait for an entry bar, and I kind of enter it somewhere around here. However, this might actually go. We are gonna analyze yesterday, and I might not. I don't know how I'm gonna do this because this is my trading window, right? This is the high of the previous day, Monday. So this is Monday high. This is Tuesday, and this is Monday low. And this is where I start, and this is where I end. But you basically had some sort of ranginess coming into this. Plenty of volume here, started to get a little bit more choppy. I don't know, you can't really draw anything here. But essentially what happened is that it just plummets down into our trading session. So that's what we have to work with. So there is again, when you see this kind of cooling off in terms of ranges, you can trade both sides, I'd say. And we know that we're on previous day low, so we might have a correction upward. We see that we don't, but that's what we're gonna work with. So we get very rangy here. There's a lot of trades that you can take. I mean, most breakout fails, and this just proves it. But we're gonna do it properly. I'm gonna delete this for now. We know where you've seen the range that we're working with. This is what we come into. So we get low, first entry up, second entry. You could, but it's a little bit off. I always want it. Oh, it's the same color. I don't like that. Let's make it a little bit more yellowish, so we at least can see the difference. I didn't actually think about it. They was the same color as the EMA. But a clean second entry, get paid off for it. Obviously, it's way easier to trade like this, but you still see, like this is a new market structure. You have to kind of realize it here, that this is the market structure. There is no rebound right now. It's still pushing down. And we kind of break it. We break this one. I mean, if you just find this upper or lower, you could see we can break up here and then down, new low, boom. And then you need at least, I mean, after things like this, you need it to get over the EMA to actually start looking for longs, but we don't really. First entry, up, second entry. I mean, I'd take this. Really, it's such a small risk. But again, it's just here you can probably size up your risk reward. You see this small bars. It's basically identical to the previous bar. So You could have gone out with, I mean, not the 5, but I don't know, this one is, I want to mark it yellow as well, or I want to mark it yellow based, sure, but here you kind of know that you're getting in a range at this point. And when you see this reaction or this, you know that we're getting rangy. But this is a good entry, first entry, second entry, boom. It is a, I don't know, it must have been like a 2 or 1 minute trade here. We can do like this. Like that. 1.5. Clean trade. Shoop. All the way down. First entry. Second entry. I can mark this as well. It's not the cleanest, but it is at the perfect area, right? It's perfect. First entry, second entry. Just gonna check where we ended up in my live trade here that I started the video with. Yes, we ended up on the opposite side. We're on a first entry, so if we push up, that's why I'm gonna mark it there. If we push up there, I'm gonna go for a short. We went for a long and it worked out. Yeah, again, trades all over the place here. But then you push down. First entry. Kind of a second entry here, but I'd want to take a trade here. But for me, I would need a bar like this here to take a trade. You can take this, it's advanced trade, but you can't take it. Maybe lower your risk, I don't know, but you will essentially get up with 1.5 if you want. If you want to go through all this, like an hour of pain probably, but you can get out. But I'd say for me, go for a 1-to-1 here in these areas. Call me boring and everything, but I'm not a good trader in these situations. And maybe you say like, yeah, I can enter on this bar because it basically covers the whole previous bar. And this one, is it really a second entry? It kind of just wicked up. Or is this the first entry? First entry down, second entry. That's good, or that's good. You can take those trades as well, so I can see going for this, and then you're on a, or somewhere in this area, and then you're up for your 1.5 RR, or reward ratio. But kinda had a downtrend. I don't know how to draw this really, but it would be like downtrend, breakdown. So the downtrend has played out, but I'd be really careful, right? We've been pushing hard below previous day low here, so I'd be careful. That's why I'm kind of marking these yellow. I don't want to go long, really, except in perhaps this situation where I'm rangy. Um, but again, okay, let's see if we can take a trade here, guys. Ooh, need to get over there. There's probably a quicker way to do this. Oh, so now we got the second entry. Let's see if we can break down again. This is really interesting. Let's do this, because I don't want a trigger immediately, but I want a trigger inside the bar, so I have to go to the 1 minute. So now it's inside the 3 minute bar. um, but yeah, you can move this really up here and be like, yep, that's the range, essentially. So I could have really gone for this here, but I'm fine with that I took around here. Will it trigger now? Oh, look at it go. Look at it go. It's nice. We got our trade. Um, so I'd say here, he broke, we got a new high, and it reversed. Can you scalp out this? No, you cannot really. This would be something I probably could take just to kind of test my and expand my strategy, but I cannot get out. So this I would exit on this bar, or I mean I would not take the full uh, loss, but I would probably end up in a loss here, so that's fine. But when it's really hard to draw because of a big bar, you kind of have to adjust. So what you really see is it's a kind of a break. It's weird, and then you get your new high. But we have to go past this. There's not much here. Here, it's the first entry. This is I like this. If this was through the same bottom trend line, that'd be awesome. This could be taken. I know it's the first entry, but some bars is too good to let slip. But you get your new high. I don't want, you know what I usually do, I mark it new high. And here you can expect like it's gonna move down. We had so much down movement and it has corrected a little bit. Uh, I don't find anything here really, but you kinda get a new low, say. Downtrend played out here. So it's a first entry short, second entry short, and it fails here, and that's I'd like to mark this, but I would not take this myself. But essentially it fails to push down. It fails to push down, got a new low, and we also have to see that when we get this reaction, we know that we're back inside a ranginess. But I will also miss this, but it's a good second entry short. Again, it's very choppy now. I know it was a harder day yesterday, even though it was big movement. It was quite hard. You will get out with 1.5. You have your own kind of, I don't know what you can call this, but it's very rangy. You get up, first entry, second entry again. This one I would 100% take. It's just I don't know, like 3 minutes trade again. And first entry, second entry. Again, we're in the range. It's kind of free. I know it's a little bit worse bar, but you can really go for it. And when you get this push, it could be a higher low. You can get out here as well. But again, we've talked about it. Signal bar is so important. You can probably only go for a 1-to-1 here because the signal bar is so big and it's in a range. Sorry, I didn't draw it, but um, First entry, second entry, bad entry, bad signal bar here. First entry, second entry, this is good. So you always have to adjust the, how do you say, the healthiness or the healthy range of your range. And it's probably gonna change, it's not gonna remain static, right? It's gonna be like this. And sometimes you have to draw new ranges even. You see, there are so many trades to take. Some of these are a little bit riskier, but it works out. First entry, second entry. With the trend, maybe. Can mark this, but it's gonna take a small pause here. We're back. Hello traders, we are back again. Essentially, we ended up with this. But it's kind of a second entry with the trend. We know that we're in this range. But here we break low again, which is interesting. We kind of have to. I don't know, I don't see much of an. Can't see. I mean, at this point, when you get here, I kind of, for me, we're still in a range, right? So for me, even though there is a first and let's see here. Yeah, so it's a first entry, second entry. I can't take this because essentially it's in the bottom of the range. I just can't take it. But in any other case, I would take it probably. Even though, yeah, I would probably take it in any other case, right? But I can't because of how we got there. How has the market moved? I know that it could be perfectly fine. We have been in a range. There wasn't enough to get a pull by. Sorry, a pullback. So we're in a range. It wasn't enough for a pullback. Correction up here. So we know that, yeah, we might push down, we might push up. We'll get a new market structure soon because we've been rangy so far. But at this point, right over here, we can mark that we're in a range again. First entry, second entry. We want to sell at the top. We wait for it. There's no, I mean, there's no second entry here, so I cannot take it. So I just ignore these. I don't know why I have them. Those alerts. And then we're moving down. Now we break it. Now we break it really hard. Now I would look for a second entry short here. Because now I know, well, there's not really any. They might form a new range, you know, that could happen, really. Could. But so we have a break, a real break, first entry, second entry. Well, actually, this is the second entry because we don't break below anything here and we keep going up until this point, so. Unless you go for a 1-to-1, if you go 1/2, you have to sit out a little bit, but it ends up working. And you could hold this for longer, but um, there is some test here, so you could essentially go for a long here or here. I mean, you can, but I'm just gonna mark this. You can see, yeah, it's testing, and sometimes the triple test is better. You can go for 1.5. Essentially, we're under the EMA. It's really hard to get this working. So now it's again first entry, second entry, kinda off the. Essentially, this is the second entry because that is the first. So I'd mark this, and at this point, we're seeing some major resistance, and I'm not sure exactly how to draw this, but this could be the overshoot. I'd mark it. I'd draw it like this. Overshoot, downtrend. We get down. You can basically ride this for as long as you want, if you really, and that could be the only trade you need for the day. But this one I'd take, yeah. Just looking at it more, I would take it, and I'd be out in no time really. We get down, but could easily scalp out here or here. 1 to 4. But yet again, when it's these small bars, you could go for a 2. That's the only time I'd go for a 2. It's this small bar and it's really in a trendy trend. Trendy trend. It's the word of the day. It's gonna adjust a little bit. Like that. Yeah, that looks better. I like that a lot. How this looks. I mean, up until this point, it is not valid. When you see this, and you would not even need it. When you see it and then you see overshoot, oh, okay, it's gonna move down. But can you see a measured 2-leg moved here? It's a bit too big on the first one, yeah. But you get your new low, and you just keep pushing down. I don't know, but that is the market structure of the day, right? It pushes down all the way. But this is the end of the trading day. Um, for me. But up until that, we had such a. Yes, I was gonna do this trade, right? Uh, but I just realized before I took a trade, I wanted to mark it out for my potential trade, but it is only first leg. Slim it down a little bit. Like that, I don't know. But it is a first entry. Long here. It's really obvious. I thought that most breakouts failed, so it's gonna plummet down. But now I would kinda look for a short, and I'm just gonna probably mark here. I don't know how much it's gonna push, but it could be a failed break and we can break down, but then do something else because this range is over now. But we got a good second entry here. But it was a little bit off the EMA, so probably not right. But now it has really pushed off the EMA, and I mean the trend for the day is up, really. Looking at today, we shouldn't get that ahead of ourselves. Remember that this is only for educational purpose and no financial advice here. But I hope you enjoyed and hope you can get some some trades in from this or with inspiration from this. So good luck in your trading. Take care.